Hello friends, welcome to Vidich Academy. Here in this presentation we are going to discuss about an example relating to matrices. For instance, let us consider system of homogeneous equation. And now let us name these equations as equation 1, then equation 2 and at last equation 3. And now in order to find the solutions of these equations, we need to convert them in the matrix form Ax is equal to O, where A represents the coefficient matrix. So the coefficients of equation 1 are 2, 3 and minus 1, and then the next elements will be 1, minus 1 and minus 2, and in the last row we get 3, 1 and 3. As we already know, in order to find whether the solution is a trivial solution, we need to consider rank of a matrix A. So, to find rank of a matrix, we first need to convert the upper triangular elements as 0. So, the first transformation what we are going to use is interchange the elements of row 1 with the elements of row 2. So, the matrix A will be similar to the first row, which is 1, minus 1, then minus 2. And the second row would be 2, 3 and minus 1, and the last row is 3, 1 and 3. And here we need to convert these elements as 0. So in order to convert the element 2 as 0, we need to use the transformation of row 2 implies row 2 minus 2 times of R1. And similarly, to make element 3 as 0, we need to perform the operation R3 implies R3 minus 3R1. So after performing these operations, the matrix A will be similar to the first row 1, minus 1, minus 2, and in the second row we get here 2 minus 2, which is 0, and then 3 minus of minus 2, which will be 5, and then here minus 1 minus of minus 2 into 2, which will become minus 1 plus 4. In turn we get 3. And now by performing the operation to row 3, we get 3 minus 3, which is 0, then 1 minus of minus 3, which becomes plus 3, so we get 1 plus 3, that is 4. And then the next element would be 3 minus of minus 6, so in turn we get 9. And now we need to convert this element as 0. So for this, we need to make changes to row 3, which is denoted by the notation. So in order to make this element as 0, we can make use of this row and also this row. But as we have the element 0 in the second row, we are not going to use R1. Instead of R1, we are going to use R2. So by multiplying 5 to R3 minus of, and here by multiplying 4 to R2, we get minus 4R2. So by performing this operation, the matrix A will be similar to the first and second row remains the same, and the third row will be 0. Then using the operation we get 20 minus 20, that will be 0, and here in the last element we get 9 into 5, which is 45, minus 3 into 4, which is 12. So 45 minus 12 is 33. And now let us divide the row 3 with 33, which is represented by the notation R3 implies R3 divided by 33. So the matrix A will be similar to 1 minus 1, then minus 2, and the next row 0, 5, 3, and the last row 0, 0 and 1. So now let us name this matrix as equation 4, and here you can observe that we have converted upper triangular elements as 0. So now we can find the rank of a matrix A, which will be equal to number of non-zero rows. So by observing the columns in equation 4, there are 3 non-zero rows. So hence we can say that the rank of a matrix A is equal to 3. So therefore the system of equations is consistent and it has a trivial solution. It means the solutions of these equations will be x equal to y equal to z equal to 0. Here we already know the solution, so let us check by just finding the solutions from equation 4. So here we get 1 into x plus of the next element minus 1 into y plus of the next element minus 2 into z is equal to 0. So from the second row, we get 0 into x plus 5 into y plus 3 into z is equal to 0. And from the last row, we get the equation 0 into x plus 0 into y plus 1 into z is equal to 0. So now let us name these equations as equation 5, equation 6 and equation 7. And then by substituting the value of equation 7 in 6, we get 5y plus 3 into 0 is equal to 0. So that implies we get 5y is equal to 0, and then the value of y will be equal to 0. And now let us name this as equation 8. So by substituting equation 7 and equation 8 in 5, we get the value of x, which will be x plus minus 1 into 0 plus minus 2 into 0 is equal to 0. So that implies we get here x plus 0 is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0. So therefore we get the trivial solution x equal to y equal to z is equal to 0. So make a note that if rank of a matrix A is equal to 3, then we get the trivial solution of the given equations. Hope you understood the concept. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.